vases, cute mugs, baskets, cubbies, plastic containers, bags, magazine holders. Knitting and crocheting come with many storage and organization challenges. Let's talk about storing supplies today. We all know that yarn organization and storage is a little hard to keep track of, but what happens when you find a beautiful skein of yarn and a pattern and you're ready to start knitting, but you have no idea where the right size needles or hook are, can't find any of your supplies? Well, today we're going to see some solutions for that problem. These may have been things that you have not have thought of before. So I just wanted to share 5 of my favorite storage solutions for supplies. This will be the first video in a series that I call Fave Faves Friday, where I'll talk about 5 things, not in any particular order, but 5 of my favorite things for a certain category. So today I'm going to talk to you about 5 things I use for storage that you may have not used before. Maybe there's some storage solutions that you could use as well. Everybody has their own style for everything, so not sure if these will work for you, but these so far have worked for me, at least for the time being. I know one challenge for me as a knitter is storing circular needles. With the cables getting tangled up, so many different sizes, sometimes they're hard to read what size needle they are. I've struggled for a while. I do have some containers that are specifically designed to hold them, haven't loved them so much. Um, and I've tried to come up with different solutions, from little plastic pouches and 3-ring binders. Um, but what I'm using right now has been what I like the best, and I just thought I'd share it with you. So this is the first fave. Um, these are containers from a store called Muji, which I believe is a Japanese-based company. I will link their website below. They are in New York City and larger cities. That's the closest one to me. But I found these here. These are stackable, and there's a top on the top. I can't remember if they came in a certain number if you buy them individually, but they were relatively inexpensive. But I bought a bunch of them. They basically, I think it might have been 2 sets, if you see how this is, because there's one top uh, here and one here. But the bottom of each storage container serves as the top for the next one. And what I did was I went from the smallest size needle I had to the biggest, and stored some together. There are certain ones like US 6, I have a lot of those, 8s, 9s, 10s. I have a lot of those, so I gave them like kind of their own container. You would have to vary this based on how many needles you had and what needles you had. But what I tried to do was put a very small needle size with a very large one, so that in each container it was obvious which one is which. So I wouldn't put a 6 and a 7 in the same container, because sometimes it's really hard to tell the difference between those. So that's kind of how I did this. And as you can see, they just, you can open up the top and they fit really nicely in here. You just fold them up and put them in. Every time I need them, I come over and see what I have here. No difference. I don't have different containers for the different cable sizes, just for the number sizes of the needles, but that's usually pretty easy to figure out. And I always have my little needle gauge here. If I'm not sure, like as I'm putting a project away or needles that I found, I can always double check what the size is before I put them away. So this is helpful to have this here. So that's the first one. I don't really use straight needles very much anymore. So obviously I need a solution for double pointed needles. And this is my favorite, really cheap, inexpensive way to store them. I do them by size. Again, it's going to depend on how many you have of each. For me, it works to put size 6 and smaller in one. I have greater than or equal to size 7, and then I have jumbo ones in another one. But basically, these are really inexpensive, cheap pencil cases. They're really great to buy like during back to school. Sometimes they're like 50 cents on sale, but they are so perfect. You can fit the longer and shorter needles in them. And this, I've been using these for like a, over a decade. They're wonderful. Like it's the best storage that I've ever used for double pointed. It's what I'm always going to use. This one's kind of cool. It's like a rose gold. So you can find cute ones, you know, especially back to school time, like little kids like cute sparkly ones and stuff like that. So just buy your favorite color. 50 cents, easy peasy. So that's number 2. Now I've been doing a lot of amigurumi, both crochet and knitting. And with that come many different size safety eyes. And I like to have different sizes um, on hand if I'm going to use them. And this is, I think, ingenious. Not so much for the bigger eyes, but for like a 12 millimeter eye, you know, 8 millimeter, I have lots of different variations of them. So I use them a lot. So for those sizes, like anything smaller, I have found these. Got these at Target in that little dollar section. They're actually storage for sprinkles. When you open this up, there's like a little plastic thing with little holes in the top, like for like a spice container, but I just popped those off and they stack and they have really pretty colors. Each one is a different color. And again, a label maker is a must, I think, for anything with organization. I'm not adding that as part of it. This is number 3, storage for small safety eyes. I love it. It has been working great. Again, this whole thing was $3. Continuing with safety eyes, um, little toolbox like sets that you could get at your local hardware store is another really good storage solution. Some of these are a little bit bigger and really wouldn't fit in this container. So I personally went to Harbor Freight. This was like $9.99. It was super ugly. Here's what it looked like before. It's this color, which I mean, it's fine, but I wanted it to be kind of pretty and match my little cubes that I have some yarn in here. As you can see, it wasn't a perfect process. I spray painted it in a pink that I liked. I probably should have found something that was specifically for plastic. This said it worked on plastic, but it chipped a lot even after it was dry when I put these drawers back in because I popped the drawers out before I spray painted it. I think what I might do is touch it up and then put some sort of sealant over it and it'll work. But yeah, I've been using this ugly one. I want to find a new paint or something before I do this, but obviously these 20 millimeters are really big, so you need like the bigger drawers to store those. But again, really cheap and inexpensive. You can make it cute if you want. So that one is number 4. And finally, not really sure that this is counting as storage, but I'm going to count it because I absolutely love this. A lot of people will buy those, and they're great. They're like little magnetic trays to hold like your tapestry needle in and store stuff while you're knitting. I found this adorable tray. I was at some kind of boutique store, either when I was looking at colleges with my son or when I was out visiting my daughter or my son at the actual college they went to. I can't remember which city it was in, but I found this adorable tray. I loved the design of it. I'll just dump this out to show you. The artist is Lizzie Clark Designs. She does have a website, and I didn't see the small trays. I think it's like a melamine kind of tray. I don't know. Um, but I bought it not knowing what I would use it for. I just thought it was so pretty. And in my Notions bag, like my zipper pouch, this fits right in it. But anytime I'm knitting, I don't know about you or crocheting, there are certain supplies that you need, you know, like your measuring tape, your scissors, a pencil, a nail file, because my nails are always chipping and then getting caught in my yarn, my extra double pointed needle for the project, stitch markers, and your tapestry needle. I always, especially when I'm weaving in ends, I'm like, where are my scissors? Where is my tapestry needle? Well, now I always, whenever I use something, I put it back when I'm finished on the tray. So it's always there. It's kind of like when you're wrapping presents and you always lose the tape. If you put the tape and the scissors in the same spot, you'll always know where it is. Well, this thing, it's just been a godsend. I love it. It's like a simple little solution. But I will put a link to her website. But if you can find a tray like this or something like this, I just think it's ingenious and simple. So that's it. Just a quick video for Friday. I don't know if I'll do these every Friday, but I'm calling it Fave Faves Friday. So stay tuned to see what 5 things I will talk about in another week. Have a great weekend.